What's up, everybody?
We're back.
We are back.
Hello, welcome back. Still doing stuff. Haven't even taken a break yet. Because he's a champion. He's like, I got this.
Where's it on here? How do I find it, Ron?
You probably just have to refresh the page, go up and click
That's what he
the
said.
Ink Mag. What's up, everybody? Now we got everybody coming in.
Yeah.
We're still here with Russell, going strong here at the guest spot. Powered by Ink Magazine, Ultimate Tattoo Supply, world famous tattoo ink, Equalizer, Proton Pen,
And egg sandwiches.
and Russell's Long Island egg sandwich that he had this morning.
I had for the first time. I'm official now, guys.
Stick. Right away. Yeah. And then we'll all just. I figure we'll all just fucking shoot the shit.
You know, the phrase shoot the shit. I mean, I get it. But
Nancy, you
Wait.
didn't get your dad joke, so say it again.
oh, those are dad jokes and I missed it.
And, I don't know how long you should sit in the chair for a whole day, but I know people have gone for like 10 hours. I've done about like 8 tops.
Yeah, I did a tattoo on this super gangster of a chick. She sat for 10 straight hours, did the whole side of her leg, like all the way up. It was like, I don't know how, but she did. We're gonna set this camera up for you guys so you can
Yeah, so you can
keep
see
an eye on
everything.
what I'm doing and ask all the questions you want. And
So Russell's tattooing Carl from Up and Wally today.
from Wally, yeah. And
Woo! Good afternoon, Randy.
hello.
Thanks, Alex. Thanks, Tim. Yeah, I'm stoked to see the finished product, too. What's up, Felipe from Brazil?
Brazil! Oh, there's so many good artists in South America. Hashtag dreaming. I think so people use hashtags.
People definitely still use hashtags.
I feel like I'm out of the loop. I feel like I'm getting old.
Tommy says, nice line work, man.
Well, thank you. Yeah, we're just starting the like the fine line, sort of sketchy stuff that I have planned. We just made it through the big, thick, like boring anchor lines, and now we're moving on to the fun part for me.
Tim said when you were first tattooing, you didn't know what it was, probably because the stencil was like really dark.
Oh yeah, my stencils are everywhere, dude. It's part of the fun is drawing as you go.
BJ, tattoo machine.
What? Huh?
Said he loved the sound of the tattoo gun.
Oh yeah.
Pop, pop, pop. Alberto, what's up from Spain, man?
Oh shit, Spain.
Paul is asking what you think the best black ink to use would be.
Ooh, yeah, that's tricky. Depends on what you want to use the black for. I guess there's a bunch of different ways to create black. I prefer just using the outlining ink for all my stuff. Honestly, it's meant to be the blackest. There it is. Doesn't blow out or anything.
And what?
Huh?
The Kim, the pain level is it's pretty good right now. It's like nice and numbed up. Deborah wants to know where you're located. Where are you from?
I am from Orlando, Florida, and the shop I work at is at Universal Studios. So you can see Harry Potter, and then come see me. Make the trip totally fun.
Elroy says, "Can you say my name, Elroy?"
Elroy.
Hey, how you doing, Elroy?
Elroy. The Roy in Spanish.
What's everyone's favorite Pixar movie?
Ooh, that's a good one. I still want dad jokes.
Yeah, and we want some dad jokes over here, eh?
Yeah, like give me your best Laffy's Happy joke.
Never gonna work.
What's
Oh, I like that. The best Laffy Taffy joke.
Jose
something
said
fun on
Cars.
Popsicle
Cars. I like Cars
Ooh,
a
yeah.
lot.
Oh, the new one that's coming out. Oh,
Yeah, what is
that first trailer. Did you see it?
Yeah.
When he's like flipping through the air, it's all like slow motion. He's breathing. Like, dude, they nailed
Is
that
that
trailer.
Cars 3?
Yeah, they nailed that trailer. I was like,
I saw a little bit.
very
of Cars.
intrigued. I was like, oh shit, they're back.
Brady says.
Brady said Toy Story. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'll be on this leg for sure. That'll be super fun.
The new Cars is gonna be badass, as they said.
Yeah. I also think it will be. I'm totally that nerd will go watch a movie by himself and don't even care. The first time I saw Lego Batman, Valentine's Day in the theater by myself. I was at work and I was like, whatever, I'm going, I don't care. And then I felt like a total nerd, but I was also laughing a lot.
Johnny wants to know what's your stand on hands and neck before full coverage of rest of body. Josh got that question too, and he made a good point.
I personally am not going to be the guy responsible for you not being able to get 80% of the jobs in this market. I don't want to be the guy that was like, yeah, sure, I'll ruin your life. Because for someone who doesn't have that kind of coverage, you haven't seen the looks that people get when you do have that kind of coverage. And it really is a detriment to a lot of things that you might want to do later. It's a huge decision. So it's not something to be taken lightly, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But,
Everyone's complimenting. Great sketch. Great design.
Dev says, hiya, great sketch.
well, thank you. Yeah, just making Wally come to life. Wally gets all the detail because he's all like run down and broken and gross and rusted. So he gets a lot of this shit. It's so weird having to be so quiet. I'm back in whisper and you can hear me.
What's up, Nick from Philly?
Philadelphia.
Someone said he's got a Mario piece. That's pretty cool.
I do love Mario.
You've done Mario, right?
Oh yeah.
I saw Justin did Mario and Luigi. That was a pretty cool one.
Yeah, I love Red. Yeah, I did Mario jumping out of a box from like across the arm into the chest or something. That was cool.
Alyssa wants to know, have you been to Chicago?
I drove around Chicago once. Does that count? I've not been into the city of Chicago, no.
Vetchko, I think I'm saying your name right. He was like, I love how you guys talk on the feed other than the dead silence.
Oh yeah, that's
That awkward silence.
yeah. It's just
So, come here, Mom.
got a lot to say. I've got words in my mouth and I need to, like come out and say things.
Tyler, there's color coming, man.
Oh yeah, we got a crazy palette. There's like 20 colors over there, maybe. Yeah, but for now we gotta do the anchoring and get all the lines in there. But yeah, we wanted to come back and do some of this stuff.
You gotta read that
what?
one, Ron, Nancy.
Dad stranded on a roof during a flood. Gal with a boat comes along and gets in. Dad says, "Got this, I'm waiting for him." Dad drowned. Dad asked God, "Why didn't you help me?" God said, "I sent a gal with a boat. Why didn't you trust me to help?" The gal had the boat. Duh. Nancy, I'm not too sure.
Nancy, I know the joke that you're saying, but it didn't quite deliver very well.
I
don't think
appreciate
she
you
wrote it the
trying.
right way. You remember that joke? You ever heard of that joke?
No.
A guy would be stranded on the boat. He said he's waiting for God to save him, like God. And then so a guy comes, like a guy with a boat comes and is like, "Hey, I'm here to rescue." He's like, "No, I'm waiting for God to rescue me." Another bigger boat comes and he's like, No, I'm waiting for God to rescue me. And he drowns and said, "What?" Gets to heaven and says, "Why did you save me?" He's like, "I sent a sailboat and another boat for you." Big old dummy.
Cherie wants to know how long until it's finished, and she says it looks awesome so far.
Well, once these line works are done, I would say it's probably 2 hours of coloring per character. So, like, maybe about 5 hours-ish from now. Assuming he can sit and be a boss. I'm sure he's got it, it seems like.
I think I'm alright.
Yeah,
He stopped crying about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, when we cut from live the first time, that's when he really let loose. But he got his game face back on. So yeah, so we're putting all these little tiny lines in. I know I get a lot of like personal questions on how I do that, and it's just 3-round liner, and basically I'm literally just sketching with it. And this Proton pen from Quadrin, it just allows me to do it. Doesn't eat the skin up and doesn't do any of that, so I can really just be free to literally sketch.
Cynthia wants to know, do you have tattoo artists do your own tattoos, or do you have them done by the people you just work with?
No, I travel to do my tattoos. I got a big piece down at Into the Woods a while ago, and then currently I'm working with my buddy Chris Karloff, and he's in Indiana, and he's going to be doing my Zelda sleeve. Speaking with Chris, if you're watching, we actually need to book that second session, dude. It's been a minute.
Hey, look, there's a boot.
A boob?
A boot.
Oh, a boot. What? Huh?
Yeah, there's a boot somewhere.
Yeah, huh? What?
Shout out to Northern Maine. What's up, Matthew?
Oh, shit. What up?
Where's everyone from? Where are your questions?
Where are your dad jokes, more importantly?
Yeah.
Russell needs dad jokes.
Yes.
He needs to build his repertoire.
How else am I going to swoon the ladies?
Smooth the ladies on Long Island with dad jokes.
Yep. Is there a better approach? I can't think of any.
We got Nebraska, Riverside, California, Laredo, Texas. What's up, everybody? Pittsburgh, reppin'.
Pittsburgh. I'm a Steelers fan all day. Hey, hey, hey.
I asked this question before. What's everyone's favorite Pixar movie or just animated movie in general?
Wally.
Yeah.
Alexis, this particular session, we started, or I should say they started about 2 hours ago now?
About 11:30, right?
About
Well,
Yeah.
so,
a little over
we were
2
like
hours
12
in
there.
it. Got the UK, Missouri.
Missouri.
Everyone wants to know, are you using black or grayscale? Or gray wash
I'm using just straight black. I don't wash anything down. That's one of those big like internet misconceptions that watercolor tattoos will fade and they're never gonna last and blah blah blah. And then you ask them why, and then they can't tell you. I heard someone tell me once that black creates like a carbon dam within the skin, and it doesn't allow ink to move past it or some shit like that. I was like,
Always out for those interesting.
A carbon
myths.
dam.
yeah, I have not heard the carbon dam theory.
That's
but,
actually how they constructed Hoover Dam.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's made out of carbon.
Yeah, it's made out of black tattoo ink.
Black tattoo.
But no, I don't water anything down. It's saturated just like any other normal tattoo is, so it'll last as long as you take care of it. Just like any other tattoo will.
Josh, we actually had someone who has an appointment with Russell as well ask a similar question about color tattoos on darker skinned individuals. Josh has got an appointment with you in August, and he says he doesn't do too many darker skinned tattoos.
August. I didn't think I had an appointment in
Oh, he
August.
says he has a session booked in August. I don't know if that. Just in general. I
Oh,
guess.
maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I have any appointments in August. But if you do have one with me, I would double check because I'm pretty sure I don't have any appointments in August. Anyways, no, darker skin, like it just drastically messes with the value. Like, the darker skin, so you can't have as great of a range as in a difference in value. So you have to have to really be careful of the kind of colors that you use. Like warmer tones usually lend themselves a little bit better than cooler tones, because when you mix it with the shade of your skin, you get a real muddy sort of blue look or purple look. But it really just depends. The watercolor thing, you know, is it's heavily reliant on color, so it's one of those things you gotta take into consideration.
David says, "What do you mean by take care of your tattoo?"
Keep it out of the sun, like sunscreen. Make sure you heal it properly. I've literally, living in Florida, I was at the beach. I watched someone unwrap their tattoo and wash it in the ocean. Like, don't do that shit. I went up and I had to say something. I can't even speak about it. It's like, what are you doing? So I mean, like, if you're gonna be an idiot and, you know, don't listen to your artist when they tell you what to do, then yeah, it's not gonna hold up well, and, you know, it's just not gonna last as long. You know, sun is a huge detriment to the longevity of your piece.
Brad wants. Oh yeah. Brad wants to know, like, what do you tell people who say that, like, watercolor tattoos fade, like, to reassure your clients?
I ask them to explain why they fade.
That's true.
And if literally, like, well, if they say, well, the internet told me, it's like, yeah, and the internet says, like, mermaids and unicorns
The
stuff
internet
existed.
does not lie.
Yeah, like, it's one of those things where, like, if you have an educated answer and you can genuinely explain to me, like, why you think it's my tattoos personally are not going to last, I would love to hear it, because I'm all about learning. So please tell me. The last time I checked, every single other tattoo art, like traditional and all those things, like little big bold, black and bold a hole, and it's like, I've been outlining for 2 hours now. Like, my stuff has an outline. It's just not a very clean one. You know, I use black. I understand value and color theory and saturation. You know, I don't water my inks down. So if anyone ever says, hey, it's not going to work, I'd love to hear why. But yeah, usually when you hit them with, well, explain to me why it's not going to last, they don't usually ever have an answer past that, because they heard it on the internet once or something. Wally.
Nancy said, "Hey Dad, why do you hate Grandma so much? Dad, she's from Chicago."
Does the joke just stop there?
Why do you hate Grandma so much? Dad, she's from Chicago. Son, Chicago. What that got to do with it? Dad, she's Illinois. Oh my God.
Nathan Tattoos on our Instagram live feed wants to know, Russell, how do you like the pro content?
I love this Proton pen. I can't honestly say it enough. It with how fast I like to move my hand and the sketchy line work and stuff that I do, it's the first one that really keeps up with me. It doesn't like skip along the skin and that sort of thing. So the fact that it can do that for me, and I just really think it's improved my line work a lot. Allows me to kind of take my stuff into a newer direction.
Dave said, Wale.
Wale! Straight up rapping.
Gary wants to know, should the artist water ink down?
No, not at all. You will drastically mess with your saturation. I don't know if you have seen the palette that I use, but I'll pour out 5, 6, 7 shades of a certain color so I can get that perfect gradient all the way through, and then you blend and mix accordingly. But if anything, it'd be better to, like, you know, cut your inks with like a neutral tone instead, as opposed to actually just using water. I might tap my rinse cup like at the very, 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 very edge, like way on the outside of a border. But that's also with the understanding, knowing that is not going to hold well and it's going to, you know, fade. And that's essentially what I want, because I want a really soft outer border. But I would never ever do something like that in like a focal point area or anything like that. So in short, yeah, don't water your stuff down.
Christian wants to know, does the brand of machine make a difference?
Absolutely. The brand of machine, it really does. They're not all the same. There are a lot of different good brands out there. Like, I mean, there are machines that I've used, and I've loved them to death as well. But you know, you work a certain way. Something feels right to you. and you know, honing in on something like that. Like, you know, if this is your trade, like you gotta invest in your trade. You know, if you have crappy stuff, your stuff's probably gonna be crappy. At least that's my personal opinion. So if you're not out there trying new things, like it's one of those things that'll hit you, and you're just like, man, that feels really natural in my hand, and like that is it's the way I work.
I have a question for you. How do you get? Because we went over with strong outlines, and then now you're doing like real thin ones.
Yeah, the
is that just how you put it into the skin? Like, because I'm wondering how you achieve that look on all of your tattoos.
It's a thin outline. So and when you move fast enough, you know, you're not fully, you know, puncturing and saturating that line.
Yeah.
Like if I really wanted to slow it down and like, you know, really hit like a normal 3-round liner line, like I absolutely could. But the whole point is that it's supposed to look like it was, you know, almost erased. So you don't want to put too much of an emphasis on the line.
Yeah.
But the biggest mistake I see people doing is they put way too many, to where, like, you know, when you have these lines that shoot away from design and there's no way to get back into, you know, design, then compositionally it's a little odd.
Yeah.
So it's the number one thing I can't stress enough about like a tattoo like this is balance. You know, you've got to understand how to balance out stuff like that. So, but yeah, application-wise, it's just move your hand a little faster and make sure your machine can keep up so you don't skip across the skin and do any damage, and go from there. I'm so excited to color this, man.
Yeah.
I just got to say that. Like, usually I have a lot of fun doing these little sketchy lines, but I'm really, like, I want to just dive in to this color stuff real hard.
We have a question here on the Instagram live feed. Does the power supply affect the tattoo quality?
The artist is the ultimate controller of the quality of the tattoo in itself, but different, you know, power supplies, they offer different kinds of, you know, currents essentially. Like some are just, you know, better made than others. You know, the same way you can have a really cheap clip cord, you can have a really good clip cord. Like, you know, so the deliverance of power to your machine to make sure it runs efficiently at all times, you know, it's super important. So, like me personally, I haven't had too much of an issue because, like, I started with something nice, and I've always worked with that. So, but yeah, I've seen some really, really terrible power supplies out there, and you know, like you get the weird like skipping in your machine, and like it's just not as strong as it should be. I don't know, it's annoying, I guess would be a good word for that.
Megan Kearns, that's Megan. She wants to know if she can get a shout out. I'm not sure if we can shout out Megan. Megan.
Hi, Megan.
Megan.
This is me shouting out your name, Megan Kearns. There you go.
That was Megan, right?
Yeah, Megan.
All right, Megan.
Megan. Hey, Megan Kearns.
Paul wants to know, are you going to be doing color on this?
Megan! Oh, sorry, wait, are we still on that? Well, color? Yes, there will be lots of color.
Yeah, he's got a very big color palette.
Oh, yeah. It is,
Some would say he has the biggest color palette.
Yeah, that
Wow.
you actually see it, yeah.
Making adjustments so you can see stuff.
Is that like all up in your face?
They don't bother me.
All up in your grill.
I work in Universal Studios. There's people and things all up in the place. I am no stranger to, oh my god, is this a tattoo shop? All the time. Okay.
Wait, Megan, did you get the shout out, Megan?
Megan! Megan! Is that shouting enough? Oh, she got it. Okay.
All right, cool.
All right.
Marilyn wants to know what size needles you're using.
This currently is a 3-round liner tight. It's how I go in and I get all my little itty bitty tiny detail things and create all that little stuff that I love doing. And then I outlined it with an extra tight 9-round liner. And then you're really gonna hate, or Christian, my canvas is gonna hate what I use to color, which is a 27 bug pin curve mag. So there's 3 needles in this. There's 27 in the one I color with, which is why I get done quickly. But if any of the tattoo artists watching haven't tried something larger than their 15 that they probably do, give it a shot, man. It'll change your life. Like it's awesome. I basically exclusively just use it because I don't necessarily have to stay inside the lines anymore. Because, you know, watercolor weird stuff.
Gene said he's still watching. Thanks, Gene.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not watching. My eyes are closed. I don't know if you can see that.
Chris said 27 is the best.
Yeah. See, you know. That's awesome.
Nathan Tattoos said, Russell, can we do a cavilation?
Cavillation.
Can you do a cavilation?
Let's do it.
Collaboration. I use 27 BP mags for everything.
Yeah. I'm always, dude. Collabs are so much fun. It's a chance to learn. So, I'm always down for doing stuff like that. Making Wally pancakes. Making Wally pancakes.
Wait, is this?
Is it?
Wait, is it? Wait, is this a dad joke? Dad and I went out for steak last night, and the manager came over and said, "How do you find the steak, Dad?" And he replied, "Well, I moved the potatoes and it was there."
Wait, your steak was under the potatoes? That's so... Oh, God, I love dad jokes. They're the best. Like, they're so ridiculous. You can't help but just be like, yes.
Gage said, Wally. He said, hell yeah, dope. ASF? As shit fuck.
It's dope as F, man.
Oh, as
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Dope as fuck.
Oh, yeah. But making little Wally and a Carl Tatty too.
So, do you have any tattoo expos, conventions, or anything like that you're coming up?
I currently have one at the end of... Is it March yet? At the end of March. I don't know what day it is anymore. But end of March, I'll be doing the United Ink one here in New York. And I'll actually be in the city for the first time, which is super rad. And super excited because all my family will be there. And the world famous peoples and Ultimate and all those fucking people that I love. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's going to be the United Ink No Limits Tattoo Expo.
Yeah, that one.
Yep.
That's
March
the one.
31st, April 2nd, Resorts World Casino, New York City. We have a ton of people. Ton of artists. Russell, among many, many other insanely talented artists. Ink Mag's going to be there. World Famous Ink's going to be there. Ultimate Tattoo Supply. Tons and tons of people.
Yeah, a lot of my buddies are gonna be there. I'm really stoked for the hangout session.
You can go back to the I guess you're super close.
Carl. So when I watch Up, I still cry at that scene. I'm sure most people do.
I haven't seen Up yet, but that's...
What are you?
What the
Why are you?
This
Why are you in the
man.
room? Okay. Go.
Yeah.
Just. Okay.
Don't worry, I have a son.
Okay.
He'll be of age to watch movies and
All right,
appreciate it
okay.
soon. It'll happen soon enough.
Oh
It'll
man.
happen soon enough.
It's like saying you haven't eaten bacon.
Evil and Worthy Ink. Either Evil and Worthy Ink both said what style pen is that and is it good quality?
It is a what?
What style pen is that? Is it good quality?
Oh, it's an absolutely great quality. It's called the Equalizer Proton Pen. It's from Quadrin, and I fell in love the moment I tried it. I feel my line work has drastically improved because of it. It's got this like a little bit of a give to it when I really like get into it. So like when I'm pulling these little 3-round liner things, you know, I'm not getting any snag or anything like that. It just kind of does its job the way I expect it to. And it's the first pen style rotary that I've come across that I was really like, yeah, that's what I like. So I absolutely recommend it, and the price point is super good as well. It's not, you know, $1 zillion or anything, so it's something you can actually try. And it's got lights on it. I mean, not that like that it matters, but I think it's the little things, you know. Like they cared enough to stand out a little bit, put a sweet light system on it. Like, I love it.
Christina says the sound is making her crazy and it makes her want more work.
Oh yeah, I suppose because it is really, really quiet. You can actually hear this thing. In any other normal tattoo shop, like it's like jackhammers going. So this is it's usually pretty quiet, but I guess with the mic kind of right there, and I'm not allowed to play any jams. It guess you can hear it, bro. I think we're almost done lining your Wally, and then it's onto the curl. And then once curl is done, it is color time. Bum, 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 bum.
Jessica says really nice work. She loves it.
Well, I love you, so thank you. I'm having fun. Man, I love this style. There's so much going on, and it's one of those things too. Like people don't realize like how much is actually under the color, like when it's done. Whenever I enter a piece into like a tattoo competition or something, like it'll get a lot of interesting looks, but when people actually take the time to look at it, like all the tiny little etched lines, and there's a lot of love that goes into it. And
Iron Wade just asked from World Famous Instagram, how do you like the pen for lining?
It has literally changed my lining game. Like actually, it's the first pen that I feel confident pulling a line, and there's a slight give about it, and I really it has changed the way I tattoo for the better. Honestly, it allows me to not have to think about it anymore. I really like it.
Gene says, Russ, you've inspired me. I'm getting my first tattoo.
Yeah.
For sure.
Woo.
He wasn't confident, but now he is. You're a beast.
Beast! That's awesome.
And I believe Cherie is asking, have you done any DBZ sleeves? I'm assuming
Oh my
Dragon
god,
Ball
I
Z
wish.
sleeves.
I wish.
Well, she's the one to talk to because she wants to get one done.
It'd be so cool. Oh, I love Dragon Ball. I grew up on that so hard. So, yeah, dude, by all means. I've done Shenron once in, a new school style, but... Yeah, I would absolutely... Hey, you know, New York's coming up. You got that, little tatty convention rolling around. I would absolutely crush some DBZ.
So, Cherie, you
At
hear
No
that?
Limits, yeah.
He's looking to do some DBZ work at No Limits.
No Limits. There's no DBZ limits, that's for sure.
There are no DBZ limits.
Yeah.
Ray wants to know, do you do South Park? Do you do South Park? Ever done any South Park?
I haven't seen the South
I haven't
Park piece
seen.
for a long time.
Yeah,
It's been a minute.
It's been a while. If I could do Randy Marsh at all, I'd be one hell of a happy camper. I'm getting him tattooed on me for sure because he is the best character ever.
I don't like people that use the term spirit animal, but Randy Marsh is my spirit animal.
Stan! God, when he writes that music, have you seen the newer ones where he's the pop singer and I'm Lord.
South Park's one of those shows. Every single episode, multiple times.
God, or when that one episode where he goes through how he makes his songs and with Stan.
First,
fades.
just throw it into
A
this.
little bit, and I have the auto-tune and on a Wednesday. God.
Barbara wants to know if this is from Big. Nah, we're doing Carl from Up and Wally.
Yes.
Professional
Johnny.
boom action going on.
Boom. Here comes the boom. Ready or not, how do you like me now, I said.
How you like me now?
Feeling good on Wednesday. Oh God, the member berries. Member.
Remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Remember Tauntauns?
Oh, I remember.
Ewoks?
I remember.
Remember when you were at the guest spot?
Oh, the guest spot, I remember. Remember the tattoo convention I'll be at? That I want to do Dragon Ball Z at? I remember.
Hopefully, Cherie will come up to you and say, I'm that person that said they wanted that DBZ tattoo. Remember?
Bring it. Remember?
Remember. Ray loves member berries.
Yeah. He members.
Okay. Javier wants to know, bro, I'm a tattoo artist. I love using rotary machines.
Mm-hmm.
Would love to get a pen like yours. Which one do you have and where can we get it?
I have the Quadrant. It's the Proton. It's the Equalizer. So the Quadrant Equalizer Proton pen, and you can get it at the Ultimate Tattoo Supply website. And
They're pretty affordable too.
yeah,
right?
I was just gonna say the price point on them is super affordable. It's like $300, $350. Yeah,
Yeah,
$350.
$350,
Yeah, like
yeah.
$350. So it's absolutely worth a try. Like, and if you don't like it, I'd honestly be surprised. But
Barbara wants to know where you located.
I am home base is in Orlando, Florida. At my not mine, but the tattoo shop I work at is a place called Hart and Huntington, and it's right inside Universal City Walk. So come ride a roller coaster, get a tattoo, then go back to riding roller coasters. It's a good time. Feeling good on a Wednesday. Mm-hmm. Na, 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 na.
Alright guys, so we're going to take another break and we're going to come back in a little while.
When it's color time.
When it's color time. I'll catch you guys on the flip.
I heart your faces.